As someone who was brought to the church nursery a few months after being born, I feel like I have always known God. Though the moment I actually accepted Christ was at a sermon a few years ago, where I was asked by the preacher if I wanted to accept Christ into my heart. And I took the first step with my walk with Christ. And despite this, getting baptized was still a very difficult decision for me to make. This is because growing up, I heard so many stories about non-believers who came to know Christ. All the time in sermons, we hear about people who have visions of God or are in terrible accidents that push them towards God. But the reality is that this isn't going to happen to many people, and the stories we hear are usually unique. Now I realize that this doesn't need to happen to me, and I don't need to have something very dramatic to say or tell the world how much I suffered before I became Christian. After joining the worship team, I realized that I missed something important. I actually had to sing on stage in front of a lot of people. And the first time I stood on stage, Anita was singing, and I was just having a mental breakdown. This brings me to one of my favorite verses, Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And this verse reminded me that I didn't have to worry every time I got on stage. And I know that even after getting baptized, there will be ups and downs in my Christian life. But I know I can rely on God no matter how big or small my problems are. Because of this, I've decided to take the next step in my walk with Christ and get baptized.